All right, this is Rachel in EdTech, and I want to show you how you can take your Google Forms and import those scores into Schoology. There's a couple steps, so I just wanted to show you how to do that. So, something important to start with is when you are in your quiz, go ahead and make sure it collects email addresses. So, here you want to have collect emails turned on, also quizzes turned on, because that's going to give you a score. Once your students are done taking the quiz, you're going to go to responses and you're going to click here to generate a spreadsheet. Okay. So here you'll see I have this spreadsheet. Okay. What you want to do now is you see how it collected this ID number with at nmusd.us. That's because that is the student email that is associated with Google. And so that's what it collected when they took the quiz and we turned that on. Okay. If you go to Schoology, you actually see that our students, their identifier is STU in caps underscore and then the ID number. So if you import something into a spreadsheet for grades into Schoology, you need it to say STU underscore and that ID number. So that's what we're going to now do. We're going to manipulate the spreadsheet. So this can work even if you are not using Google Quizzes, say you're doing something in Illuminate and you want to bring it over, you can still use these same manipulation techniques, anything that you have a spreadsheet for. So here I'm going to come over to the spreadsheet. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add two columns. Okay, so insert one here and insert one here. That's going to make sure that whatever I do isn't going to touch this score column and now have a little bit of space. So what I want to do first is I want to take off this at NMUSD. Okay, I want to just have these ID numbers. So I'm going to go to data and I'm actually going to split text to columns. So I'm going to click that here. It popped up way at this bottom. Okay, and it's asking me what is the separator between what I want to separate it as. So this can be really anything is space. So we're going to put it on custom. Let's see. Oops, it disappeared. Try that again. So we're going to go data. We are going to split text to columns. And instead of detect automatically, we're going to do custom because we're going to tell it that we wanted to split it where that symbol is. Now you can see now all the nmusd.us's jumped into this column here. And that's good why we had that kind of empty column to play with. So now we're going to have this other column, right? And we're going to say that we want the spreadsheet to take what the ID number here, and we need to add, again, that stu underscore to the front of it, okay? So the way we're going to do that is we're going to tell it that we want this column. So we're going to say this column equals at the top, okay? Then in caps lock, I'm going to do a quotation mark because I'm giving it text that I want it to enter. STU, oops, I need that in caps, okay, underscore, and then quotation marks, okay? And then we want it to combine it with what is in this column. So this is B2. So you can type B2 or you can just click B2 and it'll go right there, okay? Oops, and actually I'm going to take it. We're going to start it right here, okay? So we're going to put it right there. Equals, okay, we're going to do quotation marks, STU underscore quotation marks, and we can either click or put it right there. Okay, oops, B2. And then I'm just going to do enter. Okay. Now actually it's telling me to autofill, so I can do that there. You also, if it didn't autofill, you could just drag and it's going to apply it to anything here. So see if you go the ones there, now it's going to update here. So now this column is what you want. So I would suggest naming that column. So maybe user ID. So that way we know. So we have our user ID number and our score number. Okay. So we just manipulated it so it has stu underscore and the ID. Okay. Once you have that column and you have your score column, you're ready for import. So we're going to go file. We're going to download, and you want to download as comma separated value, so a .csv. So we're going to do that. You can see it downloaded down here, so I'm ready to go. You can check it if you want, but you don't need to. You know it's a CSV. Okay, so I'm going to go to my grade book. I'm going to first, if you don't already have this as an assignment, you can just add it as a grade column. So here I'll mimic it's Unit 2 quiz. I believe I made it out of 5 points. Okay, put it in a category, and then you can create. Now I need to upload that spreadsheet so that all my scores import. So I'm going to go import the 3 dots in the top right, and then import right there. Okay. You need to choose the spreadsheet. So you can see here is where it downloaded. I'm in this PC, downloads, and my spreadsheet right there, my .csv. I'm going to upload it. Now it's going to have me match columns. The only columns that are important to match are the score and the user ID. So here you can preview that was our stu underscore ID number column. So we're going to tell Schoology that that is the unique student user ID. Okay. Score was that value right there. So I'm going to now match it to the assignment title, right? Which is kind of the title of the column I want it to be in Schoology. So I believe I made it the Unit 2 quiz. Okay. Now I'm going to click preview. See, it showed me that Ricky Rouse, do 186925, his Unit 2 quiz score is going to be 5. You should see all of your students here. And then confirm. And you can see it brought in his score. It did not bring in this one because it's not a real student, so it didn't have an ID number. But here it brought in this score, and it should bring in all of your student scores. So hopefully this helped.